Imagine waking up to a world where the sky is on fire, but there's no heat. A world where your phone isn't just dead, it's permanently fried. The GPS in your car is hallucinating, and the global power grid is humming with a frequency that sounds like a death rattle. This isn't a sci-fi movie. This is a Coronal Mass Ejection, CME. A billion-ton magnetic bomb launched from the sun, traveling at millions of miles per hour, aimed directly at Earth. Today, we're going deep. We aren't just talking about losing Wi-Fi. We're talking about the internet apocalypse, the physics of a collapsing atmosphere, and exactly what you need to do when the sun decides to reset our civilization. Want to survive, you have to understand what's hitting you. It's not light that's the problem, it's magnetism. When a CME hits our magnetosphere, it's like a giant magnet slamming into a smaller one. This creates GICS, geomagnetically induced currents. Our power lines act like giant antennas, soaking up this extra electricity until transformers literally melt from the inside out. The shocking fact. In 1859, the Carrington Event was so powerful that telegraph wires sparked fires and operators were shocked by their equipment, even after they unplugged the batteries. In 2026, we are 1,000 times more vulnerable because we live in a silicon cage. Here is what most people miss. It's not just the lights going out. 1. The Internet Apocalypse. While fiber optic cables themselves don't carry electricity, the repeaters and every 50 to 100 miles under the ocean do. If the sun knocks those out, the global internet doesn't just slow down, it physically breaks. 2. Atmospheric drag. A solar storm heats the Earth's upper atmosphere, causing it to expand. This creates thick air where there used to be a vacuum. Low Earth orbit satellites like Starlink will literally be dragged down, burning up in the atmosphere like falling stars. 3. The water crisis. No power means no pumps. No pumps means no running water in high-rises or city centers within 48 hours. So the alerts are screaming on your phone. You have a window of 12 to 48 hours before the magnetic shockwave arrives. This isn't just about surviving a storm, it's about managing a civilization pause. Here is your step-by-step blueprint. Phase 1. The Faraday defense, protecting the brains. Don't just turn off your devices, isolate them. A CME won't kill a battery, but it will fry the microcircuits. The pro-level cage. Find a metal trash can with a tight lid. Line the inside with cardboard or thick blankets. Your tech must not touch the metal. Place your laptops, hard drives, and emergency radios inside. This creates a dead zone where the magnetic pulse cannot reach. The breaker maneuver. If you see an aurora, northern lights, in latitudes where they don't belong, flip your main housebreaker. This disconnects your home's internal wiring from the massive antenna that is the national power grid. Phase 2. The water and waste logic. The first 72 hours. When the grid goes down, the pumps go down. Cities usually have enough gravity-fed water for only 24 to 48 hours. Immediate action. Fill every bathtub, sink, and clean bottle the moment the alert hits. This isn't just for drinking, it's for hygiene. The sanitation rule. If the water pressure drops, stop flushing. Without power, sewage systems can back up or fail. Use the dry bucket method, liners and kitty litter, to prevent a secondary health crisis in your own home. Phase 3. Navigating the dark days. How do you spend your time when the world goes silent? The information gap. Use a battery-powered shortwave or AM radio. While the internet is dead, long-distance radio waves can often bounce off the ionosphere, allowing you to hear emergency broadcasts from regions less affected. The community watch. During the day, coordinate with neighbors. Security becomes a collective effort when streetlights and alarms are dead. Thermal management. Without AC or heating, use internal tent living. Set up a tent inside your living room. Your body heat will keep that small space warm much more efficiently than a whole house. The big question is, when does the on switch get flipped back? Unlike a typical storm, you can't just fix a fried grid overnight. The transformer bottleneck? Months to years. High-voltage transformers are the size of houses and take over a year to build. If the sun fries 10% of them, we face a tiered recovery. The first 2 weeks, critical infrastructure, hospitals and military, will likely stabilize using local microgrids and hardened generators. The 6-month mark, local electricity might return to major cities, but it will be rationed. You might only have power for 4 hours a day. The internet will be the last thing to fully heal. Undersea cables will need specialized chips to replace fried repeaters thousands of feet below the ocean. The bottom line: technology will return, but it will be a new normal. We will have to rebuild a more resilient, shielded version of our world. The question is, who will you be when the lights finally stay on? Is it all doom and gloom? Not necessarily. We are currently in solar cycle 25, heading toward a solar maximum. Scientists are now using AI and the Parker Solar Probe to predict these events with more accuracy than ever before. If we are prepared, a solar storm is a temporary blackout. If we aren't, it's a decade-long journey back to the 1800s. The difference between a disaster and an inconvenience is purely your level of preparation. The sun has been our life-giver for billions of years, but it's also a volatile star. We live in its atmosphere. Understanding space weather isn't just for NASA anymore, it's a survival skill for the 21st century. What's the one piece of tech you'd miss most if the grid went down forever? Let me know in the comments. Stay grounded. Stay prepared.